Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. This is, of course, Passages of Pranayama, where we just kind of pick something out, right? And, it could be from anything as if you've been watching this show, I guess is what you call it, a show, a series of videos on Passages in Pranayama, then you may have noticed that I choose things that might be quite ancient. I've even done lyrics from a song and from various things, right? Whether it's Zen koans or Taoist philosophy. Today, we get into some Shaivism in the Shiva Sutra. All right, so I've actually read from and commented on a passage or two from the Shiva Sutra, the Spanda Karika, right? The Spanda Karika, which is kind of like a commentary on the Shiva Sutra. So this is the kind of the core text here. And today we're discussing the first section, the 15th Sutra. All right, and it goes something like this. All right. It has been said that all perceptible phenomena, right up to the void, appears to the yogi uniformly, like his or her own body. This is not impossible. Rather, on the core of consciousness, by meeting or union of the mind, there is the appearance of an observable phenomena and even a state of void as a form of consciousness. When the mind is united to the core of consciousness, every observable phenomena and even the void appear as a form of consciousness. All right, now, what the hell does that mean? All right, so essentially, we get down to like some really basics when it comes to the state of transcendence. Right? The whole idea, if we follow the map of Sankhya philosophy, we have this series of evolutes essentially that make up material nature. Right? And in material nature, we have things like the senses and these organs of action. We have the elements and the subtle elements. We even have these states of mind as well, right? So we have the emotional part of the mind, the kind of cognitive part of the mind, the buddhi, which is the awakened intelligence, and the hamkara, the one that makes the I, right? The one that makes us an individual. So in Sankhya philosophy, of course, we have to travel through all of these different evolutes, right? We have to transcend them, right? So that we kind of move beyond them. And of course, what happens when we move beyond them, right? If you've taken any yoga classes before, if you've taken meditation classes before, a lot of it is about maybe in some terms, it would be like destruction of the ego. It would be a good, full understanding of how your ego operates, and thus how we can like overcome its influence so that we don't see our world we don't see ourselves as the center of the world, but instead seeing our world as just a single stitch in like this really big blanket or something of each individual's world, right? We kind of are knitted all together, right? We're not separate of it, right? And that's really like kind of like the main, or maybe that's looking a little bit too much into this sutra, but let me finish that thought by saying that, we are not, the more that we see ourselves as interconnected with one another, the easier it will be for us to enter into that state of transcendence, right? Because maybe taking that even like a step further, right, where we transcend things like the elements, right? As we transcend the elements, even like the physical part of our being starts to kind of like wash away, right? Because we ourselves are made up of those elements, right? So in this sutra, it's talking about our ability to identify, almost like we can't necessarily use our senses, per se, but instead, this feeling that we have when we enter into that very deep state of meditation, into samadhi, absorption, in that state of transcendence, where, as it would state in the Tao, right, the myriad things return to one. And we're all just, again, back to the source. So, again, it has been said that all perceptible phenomena, right up to the void, appears to the yogi uniformly as his or her own body. Right? Uniformly, right? All these different things that we use to identify, right? Whether it's dimensions, height, length, width, depth, or whatever, colors, everything becomes uniform. Not that it becomes blank. It's not even as if the word void is used here a lot. Yes, we might enter into like this state that kind of feels, when we think void, we think empty. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Right? Right? Because really, it's not empty. It's incredibly full. It's full of everything. It's just that everything becomes uniform. There's no distinction between myself and you, right? We're but one consciousness, right? And that's what it goes on to say. Rather, on the core of consciousness, by meeting or union of the mind, there is the appearance of an observable phenomena and even a state of void as a form of consciousness, right? So this kind of form of consciousness becomes, right? It's essential. We can't really say it's a state of mind. That's where things kind of get like a little bit kind of dicey here, because we've transcended the mind, right? That's we look at the Mandukya Upanishad; it gives us clues to that, right? We've transcended the mind, so therefore it can't be this state where we can clearly define. We can't clearly define what it is that we're observing, which is why oftentimes it feels like a void, right? Or seems of this some sort of perception of again emptiness that is actually full. Okay, and then it goes on, when the mind is united in the core of consciousness, every observable phenomena and even the void appear as a form of consciousness. A form of consciousness. That is the fullness of that void. Right? And this is where each and every single one of us, every living thing, anything in the universe, right? Its source begins at this place that we're attempting to travel to. Right? Well, we can use pranayama to get there, right? So pranayama, the breath work, is a means to keep the mind focused on a thing, as well as, of course, improving our respiration. So let's get to it. We're just keeping it basic, just like we did last week. Sama, Vritti, Pranayama. And we're going to take a little bit extra time, not too long, after the pranayama practice to just kind of sit quietly in meditation. Sit up tall. You might take Mudra, hands upon the knees. Certainly take Jalandhara Bandha, chin down, chest rising, shoulders back and down. Soften your eyes. You can close them if you'd like. All right, let's first exhale. 3 rounds of just breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, keep your mind focused on your breathing, but loosen control of your breath. We'll just take about 2 minutes, quieting the mind, concentrating, focusing on the breath. Right? Move into the void. And exhale out through your mouth. Shoulders roll back and down. Blink your eyes open, and thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Please feel free to leave any comments, messages, anything like that. It's always appreciated. Always have a great day. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Peace.